Hi there, welcome back to my channel. It's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures, and today I'm going to be doing the final video on getting this wedding journal done so that I can get it off to the recipients. I'm going to make a bag or a pouch or whatever you want to call it. Got a little thread on here. And I'm also going to do a flip through of the whole journal as part of the video, and then that will be it done. I'll be quite sad in a way to see it finish because I have enjoyed doing this so much. I love all the laces and all the prettiness, but it's got to move on to its new owner. So what I was going to do, what the plan was to do as I've done before, you saw me make one of these for my sewing journal, was to use this felt for the journal. To put it in, I have it all cut to size, and the idea was to cover it. I have a whole load of laces here, and I was going to cover the whole thing with lace. I had them all lined up, and I sort of got to this point, and I had various options here to cover it all with, and just something about it just didn't work for me. I think it's the colour. I think it just seemed a bit too yellow. I mean, it does sort of go, but I don't know. I just wasn't really happy with it. I just didn't feel it worked for this journal. I felt that although it's cream, it's called cream, it's a very yellow cream. So I had a bit of a rethink. Put that aside. And I had a dive in my box. I've got a big box with lots of white things that I've accumulated, mostly tablecloths. There's the odd pillowcase, the odd couple of shirts, all just white fabrics that I can use as bases. And I found this, which is one of the tablecloths I've got. It has got stains on it. It's quite old, I think. Not sure where I got it from. But it's got all this white embroidery on it, and it's got this amazing trim, and it's a lovely cottony, quite a nice quality fabric. So I thought I'd see if I could make this work, basically. So this is the half that I haven't used. So you can see there's got quite a big stain there. So I didn't really want to use anything stained for this journal. I didn't think that would look too good. So I think I've managed to find a piece that's got very little marks on it. It has one tiny mark, but I'm hoping I might be able to cover that up. So this is how far I've got. I've got it cut out and pinned because unlike, of course, with the felt, it's really easy. You just sew up the sides and you're done. But with this sort of fabric, I felt that wasn't good enough. I need to actually give it a seam and have it turn it inside out so that I've got it seamed inside. I didn't really want raw edges on this because I didn't think it would really look too good. So I'm going to have to do a bit of work on it, a bit of sewing up the sides, and I know it looks a little odd. So I thought I'd have a go. I'll do it all on camera. I'll try. If it goes horribly wrong, I might take out chunks of the video to rethink what I'm doing. But I think I've given it a lot of thought, and I'm hoping it'll work. So this will go over there and that'll be the flap. And I thought it probably won't need any lace. It's possible I'll put a little bit on, but I think it's such a pretty fabric with all this embroidery on the back as well. It's a shame it's on the back, but it's, you know, it just makes the whole thing work as a whole. And I think this will work. I hope it will work. So I'm just going to clear this away and pull up the sewing machine, and then we'll get started. So I'll be right back. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is just seam along here. So I've put pins in here because I'm just going to have to fold this bit, sort of separate this out a bit so I can get at it. So I'll need to take out some of these pins along the sides, but I don't want to lose the position of it, so I'm just going to make sure. Yeah, I think that should be okay if I take out a couple either side. I'm sure I'm doing it a very peculiar way because I'm no seamstress, that's for sure. I'm doing it the way it seems to make sense to me. And I think I need to do. I've got the pins in around the wrong way because I think I want to do it like that. So I'm just going to redo the pins so they're facing the right way. I did actually I ironed this piece, and I ironed the seams in place so that they would stay there, which makes life a little bit easier. And just pop that one, get a better pin, just hold that there. I'm not doing a double seam, I'm just doing a single seam, and I'm going to zigzag it along. So then you've got the decorative zigzag on the outside, which I thought would look quite nice. And I'm using a very pale grey thread, so it'll show but not be too much. I thought the grey would look quite nice. It's handy because it was already in the machine. I could have changed it to the cream, but I thought maybe the grey would actually look better than that, better than the cream anyway. So I'm hoping I've got enough. It looks like I've got a fair amount in the machine. So let's get started. Let's hope this all works, eh? Let's hope. Oh, that's my pedal again. Come on, pedal. I've got so many things under my desk. I've got two great big boxes under my desk, so I don't have a lot of room for my pedal. Oh well, I think we're there. Okay, let's put this in place and hope it works. Let's just do a little back stitch. Hoping it's straightish. Okay, that's that bit. Right, let's see how straight that looks. Ooh. Oh, that's not too bad, not too bad. Okay, good start. Okay, so I need to take these pins out now. No, they don't have to come out. I just want to make sure this lines up again. So that's going to go in there. Right, so this is the tricky part, because because I'm doing the seam, the top flap, I need to do a seam along the edge of that, so I've cut it here so that it hopefully lines up afterwards. I'm hoping I've done it right. Yeah, this is the bit in the unknown bit, how the join is going to work. So we'll see how it ends up looking. So the top flat part, that's just a seam, I'm going to do. Let's turn. Oops. Pull the needle up a bit more. Yeah, I'm going to do this bit with the zigzag, same as on the other seam, and then I'm going to do a straight stitch for the actual seam further down, and hope that works. I have a feeling there's going to be a bit of an issue around the join, but we will see. I can only try. Right, now we get to the bit where, what's going on here? Something has gone a little funky under here. Let's just lift that up. That's it. That flap was just going backwards. Right, now just change to a straight stitch. Right. Well, we have a seam. Let's see how it looks. That seems to have possibly gone okay. Oh yeah, okay. Right. So far so good. I've got to do this one the other way round. Just need to finish pinning it. Take these pins out. Right, just need this pin to hold this piece in place. Okay, I'm just hoping I'm making it big enough for the journal to fit. I think it is. It's quite wide. Got a very short thread here. Just need to pull that through a little bit. I don't want it to come undone, to come out of the needle. Right. Now, back stitch. We change to the zigzag. Yep, just need to change the stitch to a zigzag. Right. Let's see how this looks. Okay, just move the sewing machine aside. I'm hoping the sewing is done. Right, I will trim off the excess once I've worked out that I've got it right. The size is okay. I'm a little worried that I've made the seams too narrow, you know, made the bag too small, but I won't know until I try it out, will I? Let's see. Get the corners out. Right, there we are. So, I might just iron it down once I've finished it, just to make sure these seams are nice and flat. So what I've got a seam along here, and I've got this seam here, so that when it folds in, it just has that zigzag line down the sides. So that's worked out okay. I mean, it's a little raw on the edge, but I can live with that. It's on the inside. And then the test is, does the journal fit? That's the key. And actually this is a bit easier than the felt to slide into, I think, as well. The felt would always catch. Oh yeah, I think it's going to be okay. So there we are. That's in like that. And then that flaps over like that, and you've got all this trim. So all I've got to do now is the closure, because I think that fits quite nicely. There's a bit of give either side, but not too much. And then look at the back. Isn't that beautiful? And there's a few marks. Hopefully they'll forgive us that, because it is an old tablecloth, and it's at the very least it's vintage. So hopefully they'll overlook all that sort of thing. Abby, I'm sure Abby will. Sometimes it's the mother of the bride that might be more critical. I don't know. I don't know the mother of the bride, so I will never find out. Okay, so I'm hoping it'll work. I'm thinking of putting an eyelet here and then doing my seam binding to wrap it around. So let me just get the seam binding. This is the new one. So this is the one I want to use, because I think it goes with everything else, and it will be And this would not have gone at all with the felt that I was using. Well, I was going to use. I'd have had to probably use the creamy, the whitish one, which would have been okay. But I really wanted to use this. If I can get the sellotape off. I stuck it down and made life difficult for myself. I didn't really want to put a pin in it, but maybe that would be easier. There we are. Okay. Just unravel a whole load. Whoops. So the idea would be, and get a piece. So if I can put a eyelet here and then wrap it around, and I think it will hold. I'm hoping it won't be too much of an issue putting an eyelet in this fabric. It's the next sort of scary thing. Okay, let's take the journal out and let's give it a go. Nothing ventured, huh? If necessary, I'll cover it up with some lace or something. You know, you can always cover these things up if it goes horribly wrong. Okay, get this baby up. Now, I need it to be central. So I am going to, and actually this bit here, which is rather good, is doubled. So I think you probably, I don't know if you could hear, my sewing machine was roaring a little bit as it just did this bit on the sides of the flat when I was sewing. That's because this is a bit thicker here, which is quite good from the point of view of putting an eyelet in, I think. So this is actually about not far off 12 inches across. So if I just centralise it between the sewing and mark 6 inches, that should be about right. Just a little mark there. And then I'll put my hole in. Okay, make sure I've got this bit in the right place. Push it right back. That's it. Feed it through. Now I've just got to see whether my little, where is it? Oh, get my mark. May not want it quite as high up as that, but at least I've got it. Nope, it's not quite right. Okay, I have a hole. And then I've just got to choose my eyelet. I know I want to do a silver one, but I have more than one option. Now let's see. Let's try out my new little doodad. See if it'll pick up. If it'll pick up the eyelets. Can I see a silver one? That's the question. Well, one of the options is one of these. Oh, I think these ones are too big. A bit too heavy. I could either do a wide brimmed one, or I can do, no, it's not going to pick it up. I think these are just a bit too heavy. I've got a small one. So let's just try both of those. See which one looks better. I'm half inclined to think it will be this one, but I could be wrong. There's that. Oh, there's the small one. Ooh, Oh, I don't know. The little choices sometimes are the hard ones, aren't they? I've made the big decisions and I just can't decide which size of eyelet I want, which is crazy. I think maybe the small one would look better. It's not quite so in your face, I suppose. Let's have another look at this one. I don't know. Just feel perhaps the bigger one would be give it a little bit more strength. Trying to decide. Got a bit of fabric to remove here. Let's just get the scissors. Let's just fold it up and have a look. I dare say either of them will be fine. I think I'll use the big one. I think I will. I don't use those big ones very often, and I think this might be a good occasion to use it. Okay, so put this right across. So it's in the eyelet setting position, and I've just got to try and get it in without it falling out now. Feed it in. It's a bit tricky because it's so floppy. It's just falling out. Right, are we on the... not quite in position. No, that's not right. What am I doing? Completely in the wrong position there. Oh, that's where I've got to put it. Okay, I think now we're in the right position. Okay, I'm just going to stand up, get a bit of effort behind it. I heard it sort of crunch a bit, but I don't know if it's I don't think it's actually quite caught. I'm going to do it again. Make sure that's fully across. Yeah. Oh, it feels a bit more like it felt a bit better that time. I hope. Has it gone in? Yes, it has. Oh, that's good. Right, so the eyelet is set. Now I just need to get my piece of ribbon. Does it come up or go down? Go down, I think. And use my little tweezers to poke it through. And it'll need to be quite long, won't it? So I need to pull some more of that one through. No, wrong one. Let's start again. I need it to be plenty long enough to go all the way around. It might be better to do it with the journal inside so I know how long I actually need it to be. Oops. Very hot. All right, so that goes there. Let's see, have I got it? I think I've got it long enough now. I hope I have. Let me just fold it around. And that's, yeah. All right. I don't mind if I've got it too long and I have to trim some off. I'd rather it was long enough. Get my tweezers. Poke it through. Can't get it off the tweezers now. I do always make the simplest things look so difficult, don't I? Bear with. Why is it not letting go? I guess the tweezers are just pinched so tight that it can't actually release. I did it just now, didn't I, as well? Maybe I need to get the tweezers the other side. Okay, I'm going to turn this off because this... Of course, as soon as I turn the camera off, it went through without any problem at all. It's the way it is. I hope I put this around the right way now. I don't think I have. That's going to go like that, and that's not going to work, is it? No, that's not going to work like that. So let me have a think. Because it's going to pull up the... It's going to pull the lace up. So unless I do that, I wonder if it'll go around like that. So it's underneath the lace. Well, that might work, mightn't it? And then feed that through the loop. Like that. That might work. And then tie a bow at the bottom, maybe, or let's just cut some of this off. I think I've got far too much ribbon now, but never mind. Whatever I don't use, I can use on something else. Right, so I've got this far. Now it's a case of how do I tie it? I think maybe go under there. Sorry, go under that side. Through that way and tie the other one. What's the betting? When I come to do this again, I'll forget how I did it. Under that side as well. So try to do it without messing up the lace, that's the thing. And just have a bow here. Would that look? I could do that there. Like that. That might work. Obviously I'm going to have to trim it down. So I might need to play with that a bit to get it to look okay. Now there was one last thing I thought I might put on just to, as a finishing touch. I've got some pretty bits and pieces in this box, and I know I've got some flowers that I've been wanting to use. There we go. That. Now is one going to be sufficient? Have to be one or have to be three, won't it? I think. I've got another one. Have I got any more? I thought I had more than that. Oh, here we are. I think there's another one. Oh, there's another two. Another three. Oh. Right, let's see how they would look individually and separately. So I could do a little cluster of three, or I think one might be a bit lost. Let's just cut another one off. So I could just do them like that. And that would just finish off the little bag, wouldn't it? This lace is a bit caught up here. I'm going to have to fiddle around with this to make it work, I think. But I'm thinking the three little flowers would look quite nice just finishing off there. And it'd also serve to cover up the little stain that I think is lurking under here somewhere. Can't even see it now. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put those on with the Fabri-Tac, and then fiddle around with this lace, with this seam binding, until I get it how I want it. I mean, it's okay. It's not perfect, but I think there's probably a better way of doing it, but it'll probably take me a while to figure it out. And I'm sure many of you will be able to tell me how to do it better, but I think it's trying to do it so that I don't ruck up all this pretty trim here. That's the tricky part. So let's put on some of these little flowers. I think they're rather gorgeous. I've been wanting to use them for ages, and they go beautifully colour-wise with the seam binding. So I'm sorry, I'm standing up to do this. There we are. Just try and make sure it doesn't stick to the underneath bit. Stick that on there. I need to put something underneath so it doesn't stick the bag together. We don't want that, do we? I'll just put that little lid on there. It's not very ideal. I'm going to have to release this, I think, so it lies flat. Right, so that's that one. Now that's not really the best thing to put under there. What can I put under there? I know. I'll use the felt. Just want to make sure it doesn't stick to itself while I'm putting these on. Okay, where's the next one going to go? On there. One there. One there. So I think they'll be okay there. Right. I'd have liked to have had it a bit further down, but I think because of all the holes, that would have just compromised it all. I promise I am going to do a flip through at the end of this video, so it might make the video a bit long, but it needs to be finished and ready to go. And I want it to look right. Right, there we are, that one. Lie that down a minute. I want to nestle that in there. And then the last one will nestle in here. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Just doing the last little bits. I'm so pleased how this has turned out in the end. I was really not sure how the sewing would go, whether those seams would end up being a bit odd, not line up or something. But it seems to have gone okay. Ooh, those little bits sticking off, I don't like them. Hope the Fabri-Tac doesn't dry too quick. Okay, that'll do. Okay. Nestle that one in there. There we are. Nice little cluster of gorgeous rosettes and flowers. There we are. Okay, so I've got to undo this anyway to get the journal out. But you get the idea. This has somehow got to. So I wanted the bow here really, but I'm not sure it's going to work. So the bow might have to go at the bottom. When I've figured out the bit, oh, I've got mucky fingers now. Oh, okay. Mustn't have mucky fingers when I'm handling this journal. That would be disastrous. Let's quickly cover up my glue before that leaks everywhere as well. Right. Ugh. Okay. We will I'll figure this out at some point. If I do figure it out and get it wrapped up and it looks okay, perhaps I'll add a photograph right at the end so you can see I managed to do it. Well, I have to manage to do it somehow. Okay, so there we are. That's my bag, and I'm really pleased how it's turned out. I think it will look really pretty. I have got to remember just to trim off my seams so it's not too bulky on the inside. But there we are. That's my little bag. A bit different to what I've done before, so, but very, very fitting to go with the wedding journal, I think. There it is. All right, so let's just do our flip through. Leave these to dry. Okay, so here we go. This seam binding looks like it needs a bit of a trim as well. Not seam binding. No, this is the sari silk. This is that I've used to actually tie the journal with, and it's got lots of stringy bits. I have to cut some of it off, I think. But it does. I think it's very in keeping with the journal. It's stuck to my hand now. Get away. Okay, let's have a look and see how it looks inside. Now it's all done. I'll just go through. Remind you, I might have added a few little extras here and there. I haven't actually added any charms on the inside. I haven't decided whether to do that. I haven't really got many that would be suitable, so we'll see. Anyway, I'm running out of time to think about things like that, aren't I? So that's the teal and tattered flip out pocket that you saw me make a few weeks ago. One of the first things I made. So that's gone in that front pocket. And of course it's got caught now, but it does go in the pocket. It really does. There we go. Just having little dangles coming out. All right. Then I just added this label, A True Love Story. I just thought it was quite nice on the front there. Just finishes it off, and a bit of lace down the side. And then here I've got a couple of envelopes. So this one is a little one I made from vellum, which I printed. I think I printed onto. It's not very obvious printing. It's just printed a page from the kit, just to stop it being completely plain and clear. Just decorated it up. Little heart for a closure, and inside I put a load of little those little prompts and things. I just put a little label saying this is a few labels for your photo. So things like mother of the groom and father of the bride and things like that. Family, best man, bridesmaids. Just a few little labels that they can use if they want to put photos in the journal. So get those back in there. So I've just popped a few of those in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody, but they can always write things in themselves. So that's just a little pocket, a little envelope, and then this envelope. This is from the Janie B Journals kit, the wedding kit. I put their name on the front. Put a strip across the back with some lace as the closure, and then in here is the letter to the couple, just to tell them about the journal and what they might do with it and things like that. It's just a little personal letter there. I popped in there, so that's in that little vellum pocket. Oh, one of my words has escaped. Oh no, the bridesmaids have escaped. Right. They have been retrieved, so that can go in here. Okay, there's a journaling card here which says guest list, so to suggest they might want to put their guest list in there. And then some of these pages are just so pretty. I thought they could be left. They can put photos on. She's just so beautiful. And then there's a journaling card in here. This one, yes, this is something extra I just did off camera. I just did it because I was feeling that a lot of my interactive pockets and things I'd made seemed to end up at the back of the journal for some reason. And I just had journaling cards and tags in the front half mostly. So I felt I needed to do something else that was a bit interactive. So I made this. It didn't take very long. I just it's just the sort of thing I've seen a lot of people make. Tied it up with this little piece of fluffy twine stuff. It's just sealed on the back there so I don't lose it with a circle. Use the new seam binding for the tag there. So I'll just show you. It's just a little flip out thingy. A flip out booklet. So this is one of the die cuts from the paper pad, the Stamperia paper pad. So I've made that into a little pocket. And this is one of the tags. So I'll just put a little bow on that. Popped it in there. And then it's just a flip out booklet, which I've used some of this. It's like a broderie anglaise type lace. It's just a cream coloured broderie anglaise, just bought by the yard from Hobbycraft. So it pops, opens right out like that. So there are pockets all the way along. So the little journaling card there. This is all from the Stamperia paper pad. Little journaling card there. Another one here. So I put those pockets in, closed it up this way. I thought I'd put another pocket here. So there's another one just there. So I'll pop that one in there, close that, use a border punch just to give it a decorative edge, and then you can still see the little bit of lace here. I think that's what it is. I put the border punch because it didn't fold completely and there was a bit showing. I mean, it didn't line up completely, and there was a bit showing here, so I thought, oh, I'll just put a bit more lace there and make another pocket. So that's what I did, and I'm quite pleased with how that turned out. And it's still quite a thin, it's not too bulky, but there's lots of bits going on, so I thought that was fun. So I've popped that in this pocket here. It did originally have, I think, a tag and a journal card, but I just thought this was a bit more fun. So I took them out and put this instead. Just tie that into a little bow. There we are. And that goes in that pocket there. There we are, so that's that. And then there's this loaded pocket here, which has got all sorts of bits and pieces. And again, I think I used some of the new seam binding, not the peachy one, the other colour, the salmon pink one, because I thought it went really well, so I used that. So as soon as it came, I started, oh, what can I use it for? I can put it in the journal, so I put it on this card. It originally had a piece of ribbon on it, but it was a bit too bulky, so I think this just lies a bit flatter. It's much nicer. And one of the journal cards from the paper pad popped in there. Right, so that's that one. And then you saw me make this side tuck with matching journal card. Well, it's not really matching, but it goes with it. So it's in there. And then there's the pocket I made with Rachel on one of her challenges, and a journal card popped in there. I may have moved things around a bit since I showed it to you before. So it's just a little piece of snippet roll on the edge there. And then I could probably get more in there, but it's just getting a bit bulky, so I've just put the one tag in there. Lots of lovely lace all along the sides. There's the little charms. There's a journal card and a tag in here. Another one from the Rachel's challenge, with a little journaling card in there. You could make this a tuck, but I didn't. I stuck it down. Got to put something behind there, but I think sometimes you don't want too much bulk. That page I've just left just as it is, apart from the lace. This is the other Teal and Tattered flip out booklet that I made. Popped behind the belly band. Just make sure I've got everything in there that I should have. Just open that up. Yep, got a tag, journal card, flips up, flips out, somewhere to put the picture of the happy couple should they want to, somewhere to write if they want to. There's memories there, so they can write on there. That goes down. Yeah, I love this. Love how that turned out. I must make some more of those. Right, and then that just slides, hopefully, behind there. That's it, just catches a little bit, but that's okay. There we are. One of my favourite pages, this, because the green in the buttons matches the green in the paper, and I just think it all goes quite nicely together. More tags, another journal card, another tag there. Another one of a different one of Rachel's challenges. So that flips out. There's a little tag in here in the pocket. Bit of lace just to cover up all the joins. Another loaded pocket here. Got a little tag, another tag there, another tag there, and another tag there, and then a journal card at the back. So that's well loaded. And then this is one of the Corey Darman flip out pocket things. And again, I could have popped something behind here, but I thought it was just enough on its own. think I've left it. I left it a little bit open so it's easier to open it all out. Okay, and this is my blue page. And I decided I needed some blue things that I'd been making. So I've got a little tuck, little tag, and a journal card. All just popped in there to pick up the blue in the paper. And then this one, and then this is the final teal and tattered flip out, and I thought it worked okay because there's nothing, I haven't got anything on here I want to write on, and it opens out, and the writing part is here, and then we've got the flip up and the flip down, and two little envelopes, if you can see them. So there's one here and one at the other end. If I can show you, one at this end, and there's just a little piece of journaling paper inside. So that closes up, happily ever after, and that closes like that, and that's it. And then here we are, right at the back, a little writing board which I made. You'll have seen that last week. And that's in the back pocket. So I think that's quite a nice gift for anybody to get as a wedding present. So many strings on this stuff. Let's see if I can just trim off a little bit more. Trouble is, it sticks to you once you've taken it off. It just won't. I think it gets a bit static in it, I think. Alright, let's try tying this up again. I'm going to try and make it quite compact this time. So, that's it. It's all tied up. It has a bag. It's ready to get packed up. All I've got to do now is make a little card to go with it. It's my least favourite thing to do is making the cards, but it has to be done. You have to put some sort of card in with it, don't you? They all like to have a card for their birthdays and weddings. You have to send people a card, and as I'm not going shopping, I have to make it. So that's what I'll do. I'll make them a little card later on and then pack it all up and get it in the post. That's it. So there we are, and I've managed to get it done within the hour. Who knew? I didn't know if I would. So thank you very much for joining me. And do please join me again soon, because I've got a brand new project that I'm going to be starting work on next week, and I'm really excited about it. Something really different, total contrast to this. So do join me again to find out what it's going to be. Bye for now.